like I said, this is mainly going to be in the purples. We can hit our split for our canvas prep. Alright, so we're going to take about 3 parts of crimson, about 1 part of blue. So you see how much more crimson than blue there is? So you're going to mix these together. And to make sure that they're mixed well, pick it up off the palette and then turn it over. Because that way you're getting the stuff off of the bottom onto the top. So like this, go through, pick it up, and then just turn it over. That's all you have to do. Alright, so now when you look at this, it's kind of hard to figure out what color you're working with because it's so dark. So what you do is you just grab a little bit of white, put that off to the side, grab some of your color, like 10, and then just rub it in. So that's the kind of color that we have. That's a good color, so we'll use that. It's a good looking purple. I don't know why there's a little ring of wetness right there. I don't know what it's from. Alright, clean off the knife. Alright, now put in our little sky. Our happy little sky. You gotta beat the devil out of it. Hey, what's up, Osan? Good old Osan. Osan the Brosan. Alright, so you're just gonna tap the brush into it. Tap and kind of push forward. And what that does is it puts a little line of paint right there. You can see it. See how it's pushing paint? It's putting that same little ridge out on your bristles. So you have a nice even distribution of color. So then just real gently, start at the top. You're going to work to the right, and then when you get across, you're going to start blending down. You don't want this sky to be really dark. Start to work down, it's going to automatically get lighter and lighter because it's mixing with the liquid white that you already have applied. Some color on there. We'll just go, well, I guess we'll wash the brush. Beat the devil out of it. Alright, so with a nice clean dry brush, make sure it's dry. If it isn't dry, the paint thinner will just cut right through everything and it'll go right down to the bare canvas. So starting up top, you're just going to blend this to whatever degree of softness you want. So nice big strokes. There is our little purple sky. Now we'll just go right across here just to get any of the little bits of purple off. And then up here, well, you do it to take the brush strokes out. Alright, so this is the problem with buying cheap canvases. You see how there's a line going down right here? Behind the canvas is a little piece of wood. It's like a little cross beam. And since this canvas is so loose, I mean, you can see how it's bouncing. Since it's that loose, whenever you go across, it's going to kind of catch that little edge right there. So we're going to have to work around that. Otherwise, we're going to have like a little purple line going down the middle of our painting. And I'm pretty sure that's not what we're going for. Alrighty. You guys want me to put in clouds? I could put in a couple of clouds if you guys want. If not, I'm just gonna start putting in some background trees. To do that, I'm just gonna use the 1-inch brush and just go right into this purple color that we made. You're going to tap some color in, and then after that you're going to sharpen it on both sides so it kind of brings the bristles together. And then just nice and easy, you're just going to go touch and pull down. Have it go down like that. You want clouds? Alright, if you guys want clouds, you'll get clouds. Alright, so clouds, we'll just use a fan brush. You want to have a good amount of paint on the brush when you're doing clouds. What you're really trying to concentrate on when you're doing clouds is the outside edge. You don't really care what's going on the bottom. And then you can go counterclockwise or clockwise, whichever way you want. Let's see, how do we want these clouds to look? You know, I'll show you how to do a different, instead of doing like the big fluffy clouds, I'll show you how to do like wispy clouds. You just use these little rocking motions. Little rocking strokes. Rocking strokes. Alright, so now that we have those, take your big brush. I'm just beating any excess paint out of the bristles. And then very, very lightly, you're just going to go directly across. This is just going to bring everything together. And if you just pull it in one direction, you can make the paint move that way. Like if I put a lot of pressure and pull to the left, you see how stuff's streaking out that way? That's a kind of a little cheap and easy way of making motion up in your sky. Holy shit, this guy's amazing. Well, what can I say? When you're right, you're right. Alright, so right here, you don't want the bottom of this to look like that. That just looks booty. So what you do is you take a nice clean brush, and then from about like the bottom third, you're just going to tap with the corner of the top, or the top corner of the brush. And what this is going to do is it's going to soften that whole bottom edge. And it's going to make it look like it's misty down there. So then once you do that, you just touch and pull up. And what that does is it removes a lot of the little tap marks, and then it kind of blends stuff upwards so that looks like a little misted area. Alright, so let's put in some snow. Alright, so I think what I'll do, I'm going to put in some stuff back here first, and then this will be like a hill in front. So we got to do our horizon first. So I'll just go into some white, pure titanium white, and then just kind of pick out where the back horizon is going to be. And then slowly work forward. Alright, so then we're going to put stuff in front now. And that's going to push this little thing way back once we get our actual color put in. Let's see, where do we want to go? Let's go up. Kind of do some little bouncy things. Alright, just off to nowhere. So then you're just going to come back in here and just slowly start building this hill. And it's okay to pick up some of the white. You don't have to worry about that. Or not the white, but the purple. Because if you pick some of that up, it'll actually act like your shadows. But you see how when we pull that forward, it pushes that part back? If you want to make it even more distinct, just grab some white. Really push it back there. Now earlier when I was talking about using brush strokes, this is like where that gets applied. When you're doing any kind of like a hill or something like that. Your brush strokes will shape the land for you. Alright, so there's a little mound. You know what, let's put just a tiny bit. Let's See, that's all the blue I'm going to use right there. I'm going to mix that into white. Make a nice light blue. And this is going to be our shadow color, so you can just kind of real lightly put some of this in. Just kind of wherever you think there would be like a shadow in the snow. Just really push it in there. And then you take whatever brush has the white on it. Just go through and blend everything so everything is going the same way. You see, just like that, you have little shadows in the snow now. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it looks like you can see them. They're right here. It's the big shadow going down. It's just a very, very, very light blue. Very, very light blue. Hey, what's up, Chimmy? Chimmy! Alright, let's see. Let's have some little bushy things up here. Little bushes. Just use the 1-inch brush. I already got that color on here. So we'll just decide where we want some bushes. Just kind of push them in. Doesn't really matter where you put them. Does not matter. You can change the orientation of the brush. It'll give you different effects. Alright, so now we have that. We're going to go into the white. We're going to grab a little bit of the purple that's on the canvas. We're going to grab like the very bottom parts of it and pull it down. And when you pull some of that purple out, it's going to automatically blend in and it'll look like shadows. So it's another quick and easy way of doing shadow stuff. And just go along here and there, grabbing the bottoms. And you just want to pull them down. You don't want to push up and down. You're just moving the paint, pulling down. But you can go really far up into them if you want. You can leave them alone. Again, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. It's just however you want them to look. Alright, then you go back in with just a little bit of white. Actually, no, I'm going to put some liquid white with this as well. The only reason you use liquid white is just to make it stick better. Thin paint sticks to a thick paint. And we already have, I think, like 3 or 4 layers on here. Alright, good seeing you, Chimmy. So then all the stuff that you just pulled out, you're just grazing it with this white. It's just because you don't want to have a really strong purple on the canvas. Or like a really dominant purple. Just kind of want it to just be, I don't know what you would call it, very subtle, very soft. Here. there's our little bushies. And then we'll go back in and we'll put white on those. Grab a little bit more of the liquid white. And then we'll just tap. This is very, very gentle right here. It's just like when you're doing leaves on a tree. You're basically just touching the brush to the canvas and it'll take off what it wants. You don't really have to do a whole lot of thinking right now. All you're doing is touching. But you know, you want to make sure that your bushes look like bushes. Don't forget, you know, form is a big component. There we go. Bring it right down like that. Alright, we'll just clean up this little bottom edge. Alright. You know what? Let's put a pine tree right here. Let's do a pine. So I think for this pine, I'm going to mix up a different color. Let's see, we'll take some blue, some crimson, grab some Van Dyke, and some dark sienna. We'll just mix this up. This doesn't have to be mixed like super good. You're just gonna mainly mix it on your brush. Let's grab the number 3. Pine hype indeed. I am a magician. I'm an amateur magician. What's up, Curse? Alright, let's do a happy little tree. Damn it, I did that off camera. We'll try it again. Let's do a happy little tree. Yes, I'm an idiot. Alright, so when you're loading this brush, do little wiggles. When you do these little wiggles back and forth, it draws the paint down to the tips of the bristle. And then you go back and sharpen it a couple times. Nice and sharp. Alright, so we'll do right there. And there's our little pine. There's our happy little tree. Alright, so now we're going to cut in a little trunk. Just use the knife. Just cut it in. Then we'll make up a little highlight color. I don't know, maybe we'll use some of the purple. That might look pretty good. Grab some white. It's kind of a little pinky color. I don't want a whole lot on here though. I'm just gonna kind of move it back and forth just a little bit. There we go. We'll go underneath. In there. There we go. We have a cute little pine. Hey, what's up, Jenna? I am ambidextrous, Curse. When I'm working on the right side, I'm right-handed. When I work on the left side, I'm left-handed. So hopefully that kind of sort of helps. My forearm tattoo. What's up, Trevor? What's going on? Alright, so the left side is pretty much done. Now we just got to figure out what we're going to do over here. Oh, what should we do? I'm thinking we could do like another little, like a little hill, and we'll put a clump of trees on there. Let's do that. Would be a good use of space. So again, we're just going to put on color right now. We just need to have a base coat. We gotta grab some of that blue color again. Just scrub that in. This is a very, very, very light blue. So if you guys can't see it on stream, don't really worry about it. It's just a really, really, really light blue. And that's just the shadow color underneath the snow. Can you see the blue on that side? Yeah, you can kind of see it. But like the blue goes right here. And then there's another little bit of it right here. Alright, so I want to define the little top ridge of that hill we just made a little better. It's kind of a little too dull. So here's my white. Alright, let's grab the old 1-inch brush. Just pull this in one direction. It rounds over that top corner. So it just makes it a lot easier to define stuff when you round over that corner. There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay, yeah, you can really see it now. Alright, good. So like right here, we'll have, I don't know, 3 or 4 pines. So let's grab our pine tree color. Clean, dry brush. I gotta get rid of these brush strokes right here. I know you guys couldn't see those, but it was driving me insane looking at them. A tank shooting rats. Add a deer? I don't think I can do a deer. I've never tried to paint animals. I mean, we could try. And if it doesn't look good, I'll just turn it into a tree or something. Grab some of this purple that we were using as well. So when you're loading this, wiggle it back and forth. that draws all the paint down to the tips of the bristles, and then pull it through to sharpen the edge. So you have a nice sharp edge. Right, let's go right there. This will be where our tree is. So here you just use the corner of the brush, push in, and then just kind of go back and forth in like a little, I don't know, like a little Z formation. Just back and forth and back and forth. You just want to make sure you have a lot of paint. And it's kind of funny, like the quicker you make these, the better they look. I'm starting to run out of paint. Let's kind of have one that has like a little lean to it. Like that. See if we can get this to work. And then basically here I'm just tapping to clean off the fan brush. I'm lazy, what can I say? Put some little doers right down there. Alright, now we just got to go in and highlight all this stuff. Alright, nice clean brush. I guess we'll do some trunks in those pines. So I'm just going to go into that purple color that we've been using throughout the whole thing. You want to get it nice and thin, and then roll the bristles through it. What that does is it puts a nice sharp point on it. So we'll just go right up the middle. There's one. There's one. And the whole time that I'm making the stroke, I'm turning the brush. You want to roll it between your fingers while you're doing it. Because what that does, when you get to the end and you pull away, it gives it a nice sharp point at the end of it. Alright, and as long as we're doing this, just go through and put in some little sticks and stuff that are coming up. Little weeds or whatever. Quick and easy, my friends. Quick and easy. Alright, now we have our little sticks and junk in there. We're going to go back with the fan brush, put some white on there, and we're going to go just how we did over here. When you pull some of like the bottom color, we're going to do that right over here to all this stuff. We're just going to go push up into it and then pull. Hey, what's up, Hawk? How's it going, dude? Alright, so you do the little wiggle and then you sharpen it. Come up here. Go up into some of the color and then just pull it down. just remember to follow the angles that you put in originally. Like right here, if I were to just go straight across, it would look really weird because this stuff is coming down at an angle, but the underside would just be going horizontally, and it just wouldn't look right, and you might not like know exactly what it was that wasn't looking right to you, but it just wouldn't look right. And it's just because your brain is hardwired a certain way. Like, have you ever looked at like a painting or a picture or something, and there was just something off on it and you just couldn't put your finger on it? It's usually like a perspective thing. And actually, Bob Ross gets a lot of flack from traditional artists because there's certain principles called Gestalt principles, and it's like basic design principles. And some of the things are like scale and perspective and stuff like that. And a lot of the time, Bob Ross kind of ignores those rules. Like he'll do like a painting where there's like a mountain ridge and there'll be a light source behind it, but yet when he does like his foreground trees, he'll put the highlights on the front. So it would be like there's a light source this way and a light source this way. So some people like to give him junk about it, but whatever. There's a lot of fickle artists in this world. I went to Kendall College of Art and Design, and I met all kinds of folk over there. Some were cool, some not so much. Fine artists are usually the jerks out of the squad. Alright, so here we're just gonna put on some highlights. Not a lot though. You want to go with the tree that is furthest away first. So that middle tree is the one that's in back of all these other ones. So for this one, you want to distinctly come in front of this tree. I'm doing this one. There we go. Let's actually go back in and get this a little better. There we go. I didn't want to be able to see so much through that. What else do we need to do? Oh, we got to put some white highlights on that stuff now. Clean off the knife. Get some white. Go into some liquid white. Just tap right into this white color. Very, very soft. Very, very soft, and a lot of paint. See how much paint's in there? A lot of paint. A lot of paint. All you're doing is touching. All you do is touch. Touch, touch, touch. you want to make little bushy looking things, push upward, holding the brush sideways. Let's put some little highlights on these guys. We'll go back through with the fan brush. Clean up the little bottoms. Alright, I think we have ourselves a finished painting.